Hi, I'm Daena Kluegel. I'm a spellbinder in Arlington, and today I have two stories to tell you about butterflies. One story is a Native American story, and the other is from Spain. Hi, I'm Daena Kluegel, and my second butterfly story is one from Spain. And this is a very old folk tale. A long, long time ago, when animals could still talk to each other, there was a beautiful butterfly. She had wings that had the colors of all the flowers on them. And she was kind and sweet, and everybody loved beautiful butterfly. Well, one day she was out fluttering around in the field when she noticed a tree that had a little hollow place in it. She flew over and she looked and she thought, this would make a very nice home for me. I'll just clean it up. So she got all the old leaves out of the little hollow place. She made curtains and cushions, and then it was really perfectly suited for her needs. So she went out and sat on her veranda, and she fluttered her wings in the breeze. Up the tree trunk came a little brown cricket. He looked at Miss Butterfly. "Oh, Miss Butterfly, you look so beautiful today. I would like to marry you. Will you marry me?" She looked at him. Poor cricket, he was quite handsome. I don't know, I might. But first, if I married you, how would you sing our babies to sleep? "Oh, I'm very good at making music. I always make music with my hind legs. Would you like to hear?" "Yes." "All right. Squeak, 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 squeak." "Oh, no, I don't think that would put any baby to sleep. I'm sorry, I cannot marry you." So the cricket went away very sad, and Butterfly sat on the veranda and let her wings blow in the breeze. And she was very happy. Up the tree came a little tree frog. He was a very nice tree frog, quite handsome. And he looked at her and said, "Ribbit, ribbit, butterfly, you are so beautiful. I would like to marry you, Ribbit. Will you marry me, please, Ribbit?" He was a very, very fine-looking tree frog. He had green skin, and he was very shiny. She said, "Yes, I might marry you, but first, if I married you, how would you sing to our babies to get them to sleep?" The frog said, "Well, you see, I have this beautiful voice, and I sing lovely songs. Would you like to hear?" "Oh, yes, please." And he puffed out his throat and got as big as a ball. And he said, "Oh, ribbit croak. Oh, ribbit croak. Oh, ribbit croak." She said, "Oh my goodness, that would scare the babies. It would not put them to sleep. I'm sorry, I just cannot marry you." And so the tree frog hopped back down the tree, very sad. And Butterfly sat and her wings fluttered in the breeze. And there was a lovely smell from all the flowers. And up the tree came a little gray mouse. That little gray mouse had combed his whiskers and polished his tail, and his ears were nice and shiny. And he said, "Oh, Miss Butterfly, you are so beautiful and kind and good. I would like to marry you. Would you marry me, please?" She looked at him and she said, "You are a handsome fellow. I might marry you, but if I marry you, how would you sing to put our babies to sleep?" "Oh, I know a lullaby. Ee, 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 beautiful lullaby. And so they did get married, and the little mouse moved all these things into the home, and they were very happy. And Butterfly said, I believe I will make us a wedding suit to celebrate. She looked and, well, she had rose petals and she had sugar, but she looked in the bucket and there was no water. Oh, my dear, would you take the bucket and get me some water from the pond? Oh, yes, my dear, I certainly will. I'll be right back. And the little mouse picked up the bucket and off he went to the pond. When he got to the pond, he knelt down and he reached way out with that bucket and he started to put the water in the bucket, and it got heavier and heavier as it got more full. And it got so heavy that all of a sudden, he tumbled in and splash, in he went. And a big fish came along and swallowed him. Well, Butterfly waited for an hour. No, she waited 2 hours. And then the dove that was in the tree and saw what happened to the little mouse flew back and told Butterfly what had happened. And Butterfly was so sad, she covered her beautiful wings with dark cloth, and they flew back and they looked and looked all around the pond. No mouse, no bucket. So Butterfly sat down and she began to weep. And the dove went up into the tree and she started to sadly call, coo, coo, coo. And the tree said, well, why is Butterfly crying and you're calling coo, coo, coo? The bird said, well, I am a friend of butterflies. And the little mouse fell in the pond and a fish swallowed it. And Butterfly is weeping and I am calling coo, coo, coo. And the tree said, well, I'm a friend of butterflies too. I will drop my leaves, pling, plang, plum, into the water. And so the water said, why are you dropping your leaves, pling, plang, plum? And the tree said, well, you see, the little mouse fell into the pond and the fish came and swallowed him. And Butterfly is crying and the bird is going, coo, coo, coo. And I am a friend of butterflies. So I am dropping my leaves, pling, plang, plum. And the water said, oh, well, I'm a friend of butterflies too. I will dry up my water. Shh, it did. And now there was only mud. And Queen came along with her water jars to get water from the pond. But she looked, and there was only mud. And she said, whoa, where is all the water from my water jars? Why is there no water? And the pond said, well, you see, I'm a friend of butterflies. And the little mouse fell in the pond and got swallowed by the fish, and Butterfly is weeping, and the bird is calling, coo, coo, coo. And the tree is dropping its leaves, pling, plang, plum. So I have dried up all my water because I am a friend of butterflies. And the queen said, well, I am a friend of butterflies too. I will break my water jar. And crash, she broke her water jar. And just then, the king came by. He saw the queen breaking her water jar, and he said, my dear, why are you breaking your water jar? Well, said the queen, I am a friend of butterflies. The little mouse fell in the pond and he was swallowed by a fish, and Butterfly is weeping, and the bird is going coo, 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 and the tree is dropping its leaves, pling, clang, plum, and the water is drying up and there's only mud, and I am breaking my water jars because I am a friend of butterflies. And the king said, well, I am a friend of butterflies too. And I will take off my crown and my royal purple robe and dance in my royal purple underwear. Well, That's just what he did. He took off his golden crown and his royal purple robe, and he was in his royal purple underwear, and he did his king dance with his royal purple underwear on. And everybody looked at him, and even though they were so sad, they couldn't help it. He looked so funny. They had to laugh. They began to laugh. And people were laughing so hard that the fish, remember the fish? He wanted to see what was going on. Why were people laughing? He peeked up out of the water, and he saw the king doing his king dance in his royal purple underwear. He thought that was so funny. He opened his big fish mouth and and out popped the little mouse. He was all right. He ran over and hugged the butterfly and said, "I'm fine, my dear." And then Butterfly stopped weeping, and the bird stopped calling, "Hoo, hoo, hoo." And the tree stopped dropping its leaves, pling, plang, plum, and the water came back in the pond, whoosh. And the queen stopped bringing the water jars, and the king put on his royal crown, his royal purple robe, and the mouse said, "My dear, let's go home." So they went home, and every night that little mouse sings to the little butter mice. And they lived happily ever after. So that's my stories about the butterflies. I hope you enjoyed them. I enjoyed telling them. I am an Arlington Spellbinder, and my name is Daena.